We're live.
What up? Let's get weird. It's your boy Tommy G here with the Week 9 wrap-up edition of Stay Cashin show. I am joined today by my boy Evan Han behind the glass. What up, E?
What up? Doing well. How are you?
Doing good. How's your crypto life going? I see you tweet a lot about the ups and downs, the roller coaster.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm making thousands.
Smashing it, huh?
Smashing it. Follow Cash Daddies if you haven't
Follow
already.
Cash Daddy. You should follow Cash Daddies. Evan does a fantastic job over there along with the guys. I've been on that show. I got to get back on there. I haven't been on there in a while.
We'll get you on soon.
All right. See if you could send a special request in to the gang. Send Neff a raven and tell him Tommy G wants back on.
And his mom.
The Night Ghost is joining us today from an undisclosed location. What up, Ghost?
Not much. Finally got some much needed fucking sleep last night. I'm almost glad I missed that late game. So I'm sure we'll talk about it soon.
Yeah, way to bring the energy. I actually fell asleep during the game. I fell asleep on the Discord at halftime on the voice chat. I don't know if anyone noticed. Bill, you were probably there till close. Did anyone notice that I fell asleep?
Yeah, we noticed. We didn't notice you fell asleep. You just weren't there.
Yeah, I passed right out.
The game was absolute shit. I actually started watching Grown Ups 2 during it and lowering the sound on the football and raising the volume on Grown Ups 2. The fucking game was awful. It was me and Iconic. At the end, Iconic popped in, Rackets was in and out, and me and a couple subs were sweating my parlay with the receptions. We got it by cup, but the game was awful. The NFL product is very, very shitty this year. We went over it. Everybody's basically even. 4-4, 5-3, 3-5. That's the whole NFL. 3-5 to 5-3. So,
yeah.
Shitty product, shitty games. Listen, I'm fired up for tonight. I think it's gonna be a good game. I got some great picks I'm interested in. I've been looking at it this morning, and I'm ready for tonight.
I mean, listen, I said on Thursday, and we're going to talk a little bit about this fucking clown world that is the NFL right now. And I said on Thursday, I said, listen, when the Jets played the Colts, this is going to be the game. Because every game you expect to be a fucking bonanza shits the bed. And that Jets-Colts game, even with Johnson in at quarterback for 3 quarters, came through in spades for us, almost across the board. If Mike White doesn't get hurt, that game, we cashed the Crowder. We cashed the same game parlay plus 2,000. We hit the fucking board on that game. We still made money on it with that disaster. So, Bill, I'm with you. I think that tonight everyone's expecting to suck, that tonight's going to be a fucking fun game for props. I mean, I know exactly where I'm going tonight. I have no question about it. None of the props are extremely high. The game itself, I don't know. We'll talk about that in a minute. But this weekend was fun. Started off fantastic. Right. Friday was good. Saturday was great. I made about 30 units on Saturday. I know you guys did good on Saturday. Ghost, I think you hit your hockey plays all Saturday at Islanders, big bet Friday or Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday was awesome.
Saturday was great.
At one point, I was up to 10 bets in a row, 10 wins in a row. And then I knew one was going to get a loss. So I was counting it down to the seconds before I started my new streak.
Yeah.
But because thank you, Auburn, for shitting the bed. But yeah, it was up to 10 wins in a row. It was a great Saturday. And then we walk into Sunday.
Yeah. And Saturday was phenomenal. Mike gave out a 10 unit fucking double max bet on a fight that ended with a violent knee. This kid's the future of MMA, possibly. Pereira. Great fights throughout the night. The Covington fight was a lot of fun to watch. The whole card was good. We had a great night. Everything was great. I mean, Saturday was a fucking smash. And then Sunday showed up, and like usual, Sunday's fucking batshit. And I go into it saying, I'm just going to bet like 3 things. And I bet 300 things, the usual. But the morning was fine for me. The day was good, right? Because I had that monster parlay from the night before. So I had some fun money to throw around, hit that plus 1,500. And then the day was fine. I was like kind of treading water. I loved Cleveland. It was one of my favorite bets of the day. I loved the Giants in a spot where everyone was on the other side. So I was basically hinging on the Eagles. And the Eagles was the play that I didn't like, but it just showed up as a good play from a contrarian standpoint. That fucked me. And then the Sunday night game was just, thank God I fell asleep. I mean, I don't think I hit a bet. I think I hit Adrian Peterson at plus 240. I don't think I hit a bet the rest of the Sunday night game. Cup missed by 3 yards. And everything was a fucking disaster. I knew a quarter into that game, Bill, that it's time to watch Grown Ups 2. And I put Grown Ups 2 on with you.
We actually missed by half a yard for a lot of people in chat. It was 95 and a half. A lot of us got
6.5.
Yeah,
95 and a half right before the end of the game, right before the game started, and we were all just like, "This is insane."
Yeah,
you know,
I missed.
It's crazy how they get it by like right there. You either win by a half, you lose by half. And me and Iconic were talking. There's probably a million other bets that we don't even bet. Like guys like who's propped to like 12 yards, 13 and a half, did get it at like 12 or 14 that we don't even know. It's insane how they can get it right down to the number. It's crazy.
I woke up to watch I saw the last 2-minute drive by the Rams. And I felt like once the Rams got into the end zone, Titans were doing everything they could to make sure Kupp didn't catch the ball. They tackled him in the end zone, I think on first or second down. They just triple teamed him that whole last drive. He couldn't get in the end zone.
Yeah, and by the way, a lot of you guys text, ask, hit in the Discord and tweet, is there a show today? Is the show coming on? Guys, just subscribe. So I know you guys are hitting the like button, and we appreciate that. Make sure everyone hits the like button. But hit the subscribe button, too. Just subscribe to the show, and it'll come right into your rotation. So it's every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2:05. We do it at 2:05 intentionally because we say 2 o'clock, everyone shows up late. And I'm always late. So we do 2:05. But it's every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I realized when fucking Stafford threw that interception that we were fucked. That was the point. I was like, all right, this is done. We're fucked. Like, this is going to be a shit show. Game flow went out of whack, and Stafford looked like he was playing for the fucking Lions last night. I mean, that was embarrassing. Throwing balls at people's feet. I didn't even see the second half of the game, and I knew at that point it was time to just fucking let my eyes close if they wanted to close. So shitty, but I mean, every football game sucks, Bill. Every team sucks. Every game sucks. I want to go through the fucking power rankings here and look at kind of an expanded list of these teams, because me and you have been diving into it a little bit, and there's just nothing but frauds out there left and right in this fucking league. And I said the Bills were a fraud, and I ran some numbers on the Bills' schedule, and holy shit, the Bills haven't beaten anyone. The combined winning percentage of the teams that the Bills have beaten are 9 wins and 31 losses. They're averaging less than 2 wins per opponent that they've beaten. They beat fucking Houston twice. They beat Miami. They beat Washington. They're just beating and they beat the Chiefs, right? And the Chiefs are 4-4. And that was the game where we were like, wow, the Bills are for real this year, right? Because they beat the Chiefs. But now looking back at that Chiefs win was shit. The Chiefs fucking suck. So the Bills suck. The Bills suck. They already lost to the Steelers. They already lost to, I forget who their other loss was, maybe the Titans. And they got bullied by the Titans. And now they just lost to the fucking Jaguars with half of Trevor Lawrence. He missed time in the game. And Carlos Hyde is the starting running back. James Robinson's the whole team. He didn't even fucking play. And they fucking lost them 9-6. The Bills are done, Bill. They're fucking trash.
Seems like all you have to do is get to the quarterback, and these guys just fold. Stafford last night had no time to throw. And as you saw, he was awful. When he has no time to throw, he can't do anything, and none of these guys can. They can't improvise. They can't do anything. Mahomes is totally out of sorts this year. You see it in every quarterback, even the mobile ones. They don't know what to do. Play breaks up, they roll out, interceptions, just throw it left-handed or something. It's disgusting. Very bad product. The Bills are a joke. Sham. Everyone thought that they were so good, and they were beating all these teams. Oh, they're beating them by 40. They're beating them by this. They have a differential of a plus 117, which is, I think, the highest in football. Oh, actually, no, Arizona has plus 122. So a 117 against all these shitty teams that they beat up on. That's why everyone loves them so much. I stopped betting them after last week when I had them halftime, full-time, and then I was looking at their team. I'm like, who am I going to take for a touchdown? It goes throughout Diggs the week before. But that was his 3rd touchdown of the season. And I think he leads the team. That's pretty fucking bad. There's no standout. Josh Allen's, he's not bad. He's not great. He's not bad. He's
still, the bottom line is he's still Josh Allen.
He's serviceable. He can make the plays. It's just the NFL's bad right now. It's bad.
Yeah.
There's 3 good teams in the Bucks.
Yeah. I mean, we'll go through it right now. Even when I go back and review my bets, right? Because I know we all do this. We go back and look at where did I go right? Where did I go wrong? Right. And when I look at my 1:00 bets, Tyrod over rushing hit, Chubb over 6.5 receiving hit on like the first play, Booker over 19.5 smash. That was easy. I did a Landry 40 plus, Cook 60 plus parlay. Landry doesn't get to 40 with no Odell Beckham. That's, game flow. They're up 24-7. Zay Jones missed by 6 yards, but that was a flyer. Bills 3.5 touchdowns. Horrible bet. Never make that again. I'm done with that fucking team. Harris touchdown. Cordarrelle Patterson over 70.5 rushing hit. Daniel Jones rushing. Bill, are we done with that prop?
I gave up on it. You picked it up this week. I haven't bet it in a couple of weeks. I'm done with it, and I'm done with Mahomes too. I don't know what Mahomes is anymore. He should be running. He's not running. After he hit 2 weeks ago, we lost last week. I lost this week. He doesn't run. I don't even know what he's doing. I can't figure him out. But I'm done with Jones. I'm done with Mahomes. So those two are.
So I'm done with you. I'm done with the Jones rushing. I'm not doing that again. Those
are shelved for me too.
And then my 2 biggest losses, which I know you're going to feel the pain with me, maybe both of you, but definitely Bill. Cordarrelle Patterson touchdown. The dude did everything and just managed to not find the end zone. So, you can't really, the volume was there. And he fell down at the inch line. Like, he was literally an inch away from scoring, which would have popped off all my same game parlays. And the biggest play for, I think, our whole subscriber base during the morning was Dalvin Cook not scoring a touchdown. That was crazy how he didn't get in. He scored, right? And then they called it back.
He scored, but we all kind of thought he didn't score.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't give him the ball back. Like yesterday, they gave Adrian Peterson could have scored early, but they gave Peterson that touchdown last night. Yeah. We're all watching. They gave it to him. Your first chance. They gave.
They even tried to give it to him before I fell asleep when they ran him as the quarterback. They brought him
back onto the field last night just to get him that touchdown.
They did the direct snap to him in the first half too, trying to get him in the box.
Trying to get him to score. The game was out of hand. It was already an automatic win. I don't know. I don't know why they take these touchdowns away from these guys. I'd be pissed if I was some of them. But
the goal line variance we've had this year is fucking insane. It really is. Jordan Howard plus 300 to score was great. Kyle Larson was great. And then Aaron Jones over 30.5. So like those bets that I just rolled off for you, I don't have a single bet on there outside of Bills over 3.5 touchdowns that I wouldn't do again. I would take Cordarrelle again. I would take Cook again. I would take the Landry 40 receiving yards with no Beckham again. Then when you go to the next layer of fucking games on here for the big bets, like Aaron Jones over 30.5 receiving with a backup.
I don't know what happened.
Where was he?
Ghost, did you even watch that game? Were you in there when we were watching? What?
He didn't have a catch.
I don't know if you were cooking or if you were Chef Ghost at that time.
I fell asleep.
Chef Boyardee.
Right before halftime, I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I remember we were talking about it in Discord. I didn't see him on the field. I didn't see him in on any play.
Was he injured? Does anybody know?
No, he was playing. He was there. He was in the slot half the time.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know.
Did he miss practice with this guy?
No, dude, he literally out-carried A.J. Dillon. Like, A.J. Dillon had 4 catches and fucking Aaron Jones had 0.
I haven't seen A.J. Dillon all season.
He's been there, but it's
but not like he was last night.
The funny thing is I had Aaron Jones receiving. I needed 3 catches out of him. And I had A.J. Dillon touchdown. And fucking A.J. Dillon's the pass catching back. And then we see Aaron Jones in at the goal line. I'm like, what the fuck is... that was just clown world. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Well, you could see it in Devontae Adams' face yesterday, the disgust over Love.
Yeah.
He's terrible. He was so mad. Like, the balls he was throwing down the field were out of bounds. They weren't even catchable on some of them. He just wants the ball thrown. Just throw the ball to him inbound so he can at least get a chance to catch it. The balls that were thrown out, he was so mad.
Did you guys see where the Chiefs put Jordan Love's family? In the very, very top row of the nosebleeds. They need fucking binoculars to watch their starting quarterback son play.
That's great. That was, so a couple other ones. I had Tyreek Hill to score and Tyreek Hill over. Thinking, maybe they get him right. Nope. Fucking nothing there. And then the Niners money line in a parlay with the Chiefs money line. What the fuck are the Niners, dude? Kyle Shanahan is fucking horrible.
I don't think they're good.
They're not.
Even with Kyler being out, I still stayed on that side of it. I'm not going to say I flipped, but I flipped once I saw DeAndre was out. To lose the 2 of them and still lose to the Cardinals, that team isn't good. And I think the Cardinals are showing how good they really are.
not lose to the Cardinals. I mean, they got shit stomped by
Well,
the
in the
Cardinals.
first quarter.
We did a little competition in the Discord, just picking the games Monday and then again, what was it, Friday night or Saturday night? Saturday night. Ghost could win tonight. Ghost could be the big winner.
I'm switching to Chicago.
If the Steelers win, Ghost wins. I mean, it doesn't really matter what you do, Tommy, but you're done.
I was winning going into 4:00 too.
Yeah, and then you just have like X after X.
I'm like, I got the Chiefs, I got the Rams, I got the Niners, I'm good. I got all these, and nope, lost.
So Ghost did have the Bears, but then he switched to the Steelers. So if the Steelers win, Ghost wins. If the Bears win, we end in a 3-way tie. Me, Ghost, Rackets. Yeah. So we'll see you tonight. Tommy's out.
I'm out. Tommy G, thanks for the college parlay this Saturday. Not only did I give you the college parlay, I actually gave it to you, and at the end of it, I said, and of course it's going to win. All 3 college football bets on Stay Cashin did win. So guess what the good news is, guys? The good news is this. College basketball is here tomorrow. So you guys have fun. Enjoy this shit. I think, Bill, I'll finally now be able to do what I've been saying I'm doing. I'm going to scale back my NFL a little bit. Just scale it down a little. Leave it let you guys go crazy. Scale them down to 3 units in 1 unit, and just bring the units down because my time to shine has arrived. So Tommy Buckets is back. Nostradamus is back. College basketball is back. We're going to talk about that in a couple minutes. 2 big games tomorrow. But what do you think's going on with Patrick Mahomes? That was the worst game he's played, guys. I know they won. That was the worst game he's played. I watch every throw of his because I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with him. He's either hiding an injury, stopped the adrenochrome, sold his soul, and this is his sacrifice, or he just sucks again because these throws are horrific. It is not bouncing balls. It is not bad variance. It is not bad luck. He sucks.
He's not hiding an injury because he made that probably maybe 1 out of 5 quarterbacks make that throw last night to end the game.
Yeah.
Where they could have got the ball back.
Mm-hmm.
So he made that running throw for the first down. Was it like 3rd and long or whatever?
Oh, yeah. All of a sudden, like the whole game, he can't complete a pass. Then once Green Bay guarantees the cover and they just need to win, all of a sudden he's running right, throwing left, throwing a fucking laser on 3rd down.
He's not injured, so it's not an injury. So that's apparent. It's not that. Don't know.
I don't know that it's not that. You could still pull some out of the holster even if you're injured. But he's just terrible. He's just terrible, Ghost. He's bad. He's bad.
You're not going to like my answer or what I think it is.
The Illuminati sacrifice?
No, I think.
I don't think that would be Ghost's answer.
I think he's just tired. I think he's worn out. Two long, deep playoff runs the last 2 years. He's still young. I think it's just the wear and tear on him. He just looks lost this season. He looks like shit. I think an early playoff exit, not even making the playoffs, will benefit him this year.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Ghost on that. I think not making the playoffs would be good for that team and him.
I notice it in hockey a lot. Teams that make deep playoff runs, how they come out the 3rd year. It's a lot. It's a long season, especially with 2 COVID years. Not making excuses. That I just think that's what it is with him. I don't think he's this bad. He's supposed to go down as one of the greatest to ever play. I think the team rebounds. At least he rebounds next year.
Yeah, I think it's a cabal.
I mean, why? It's got to go back to something with that.
Always. Yeah. It's always the cabal. Yeah. I think he ran out of baby blood, the adrenochrome.
Yeah. Sold his soul to the devil. Yeah, I mean, something like that.
I mean, that's really what I believe. That's the crazy.
Listen,
I know I'm laughing, but
that's
really
what's scary. That's the scary.
That's what's scary. Yeah.
You're serious. That's why we're not.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So me and Trevor were talking about it. Trevor just wrote it in the chat. This is the discussion that we have to have. Bill, I know you have your reasons why you think the NFL product is shit. Let's do the power rankings real quick, and then we'll spend a minute or two on this. So who are Nikos? You said that there's the Tampa Bay Bucks and then 3 or 4 good teams. Who are those teams? Who are the top 5 NFL teams, the teams you trust in the NFL?
The Titans, the Packers, the Cardinals.
Even without Henry?
Yes. The Bucks and the 5th team.
Rams?
I don't know. I don't who?
Ravens, Rams.
You know what? After watching the Ravens this week, I can't put them in that category. I'm not a Lamar playoff believer. I think he's going to be like Ovechkin in the NHL. He's not going to win a Super Bowl till Mahomes or somebody else is gassed out. They're done. then he'll take over for a year or two. I think he's a one championship quarterback, maybe two. Even the Rams have lost to the two best teams so far, the teams that I ranked above them, the Cardinals and the Titans. So
yeah, they beat the Bucs though.
They did beat the Bucs.
No, I mean, here's what I was going to say was like
lost to the Saints. I think that was, like you said, and going into that game, look at Brady's numbers against Stafford.
But I mean, let's turn it around. I mean, can you even call the fucking Bucs? I mean, are we just saying the Bucs are elite because we want to say?
No, I'm saying the Bucs are a separate category.
I don't think they are. I don't think they are. I don't think the Bucs are even in that category. I don't think,
and I'm not even gonna argue that. I just think Tom Brady, the name alone, just puts them in their own separate category.
But when you dig into it, so the Bucs this year, who everyone's anointing as the Super Bowl championships, they're flawed. Okay, Tom Brady sucked most of the season last year. Everyone forgets it because they watched his playoff run. But we were making fun of Joey Vam for 14 weeks about how Tom Brady sucked throughout the season, right? Then the last few weeks, he put it in gear. And then they got lucky for 3 straight playoff games versus Green Bay with Rodgers not running it in. They should have lost to Washington the first week. They should have lost to the Saints. And then he came out in the Super Bowl, took his adrenochrome on 2 weeks rest, and fucking went batshit. So I'll give him credit for the Super Bowl. He looked amazing. But are the Bucs even really that good? We watched the opening day game against the Cowboys, and they should have lost that game, right? They ended up stealing it 31-29. They should have lost. We watched the next week versus the Falcons. Bill, you remember that game? That shit was tied in the fourth quarter. The Falcons then fell apart and gave up 2 defensive touchdowns in the fourth quarter, I think it was, where they ended up losing by 17 or 20 or whatever it was. Then the next week, they got shit stomped by the Rams, the Bucs, who were saying the Rams have warts. There's problems with.
I think Tampa Bay's flawed on the road, but I think they're a very good home team.
Yes. So then they went to the Patriots, and they should have lost the game to Belichick. We watched that game. A rookie quarterback.
I agree with that because I think if it wasn't raining and it wasn't a shitty weather day, that Brady just wipes the floor with them.
I mean, we can't think. We can only watch the game as it was.
I think if they replayed now.
You can't say Brady's not a shitty weather quarterback. He played in New England for 15 years. So if anything, Brady's more prepared.
Every throw he was making was overthrown. He couldn't connect. It was a bad.
Just how Mac Jones had the same conditions.
That's how Brady.
Like I just said, if they play again now, same scenario. I think that game's a lot closer. And
we can't think. We could only go off what it was. I'm just going off what happened. Our thinking doesn't matter. They should have lost to the Patriots in that game. We all know that. That should have been an L. Belichick kind of cost them that one. So they could have, if not should have, lost to the Patriots. So now you're talking 4 games already to start the season, 3 of which they either lost or easily should have or could have with the Cowboys and the Patriots. Then they went and shit stomped the Dolphins. Who cares? Then they beat the Eagles 28-22. The Eagles suck. And then they went out and shit stomped the Bears. And then they played the Saints and got skull fucked without Jameis Winston. So how are we even saying the Bucs are that team? I don't think there is a team in the NFL.
Like I said, I just think they're a separate category where you have to just include them because it's Brady. The Rams.
But no, that's what we're not doing anymore. We got to stop doing that.
And number 4, I would still put the Rams in there. I think that they're still up there. Ravens 5. I don't like what I see from them. I think they beat the Bills if they play them in the playoffs. Can't even trust it. But the dark horse team that I think has a chance to emerge in there, I think Bill is going to say himself. So I'll leave it to him.
It's the Jets,
Bill?
right?
Yeah, the Jets. Got to be the Jets.
Jets. Listen, I think I think Green Bay is probably the best team in football. And I think the second best team is Arizona. So, I mean, Arizona, if you look at every game, I know Tommy said, they put together 5 or 6 of these every year and they don't look that great. Pretty much have won every game they played by a good measure. Titans killed. They beat the Vikings by 1. They killed the Jaguars. They killed the Rams. They beat the Niners. They killed the Browns. They killed the Texans. That game in the Packers was crazy. They should have won that game, or at least should have went to overtime. And then they just manhandled the Niners without their quarterback. Mm-hmm. So Packers again. Well, I think the Packers are the best team, and then I think Arizona's too. The Packers are great. With Aaron Rodgers keeps his head the rest of the season. I don't know where he's at, but they have everything that they need to win. Their defense is good. They got a good offense. Let's see what happens.
2 losses the Titans have were to the Cardinals game 1 of the season and the Jets when they had no receivers.
You got to remember, though, the reason everyone's wiping the Titans out is no Derrick Henry. That's literally been their whole thing. So you got to factor that in. They're not going to win.
Their running game.
Adrian Peterson is a running back. They're not winning.
Yeah.
So what would they need to do different? I know you missed the second half. I missed a lot of the game. What would they have to do different next game that they didn't do against the Rams without Derrick Henry?
They literally just Rams handed them the ball. They handed them the game. The Rams are just terrible. Tennessee didn't go out and win that game. The Rams.
Stafford lost that game for me.
Dude, if you watch that game, what little I saw, they rushed for 2 yards a carry.
Yeah.
2.7 yards per carry the Titans rushed for, and Tannehill threw for 140 with 1 touchdown and 1 interception.
It was
they didn't do anything. The Rams were just like, here, take the ball. Here, fucking go win the game.
Stafford just throwing. I don't know what he was throwing.
None of that had to do with Tennessee's defense.
Tennessee's defense good, but if you think they're winning, you think their defense is good enough that they're going to win a championship on a defense that gives up 31 points pretty much every other week. I mean, then that's something else.
I mean, it sucked that Henry got hurt when he got hurt. If there was a week more in the trading deadline, I'd say maybe they had a chance. There's nobody out there at home or who's going to get released or it's going to make a difference like he would. There's nobody out there. Yeah. Peterson is not that guy. McNichols, whatever this fucking guy's name, he's not that guy. There's nobody. There's nobody.
They don't play the Ravens this season. So if they do get to the playoffs, I think the Ravens are the one team that's going to knock them off.
I think it's still in the AFC.
The AFC is wide the fuck open. Like if you look at the power rankings that we just talked about, I think Green Bay, Bill thinks Arizona or Green Bay, Ghost thinks Tampa. Like we're all in the NFC, right?
Okay.
What?
I think Packers and Cardinals are 1-2.
You said literally a minute ago that there's 3 teams in Tampa Bay's in a league of their own. You literally said
meaning
that
it's a separate, not meaning they're in the top category as their own. I'm just including them because you include Brady in the conversation. I think the Packers and I think the Cardinals are the 2 top elite teams right now.
Okay, I'm glad I swayed you because you sounded like you were saying they were in a league of their own.
I thought you were talking Tampa was.
Yeah. I don't know why they would be a league of their own because they have a guy named Tom at their quarterback. Like a league of their own means that they're the team.
I get what you're saying now. You're just saying because Tom Brady.
The top 5, like grouping them in the top 5. I don't think they're the best team. No, not at all. They would be 4 or 5 in that list.
All right. Either way, we're all NFC, right? So, I mean, I don't know going forward. I think it's a smart move to take the points in games. I will be taking the points with the Bears tonight. I will be betting a lot more money lines. I did it this week, and I should have smashed this week because I was on a few of them. And then I fell into the trap late with all the fucking late game favorites I ended up running on. But at the 1:00 games, the reason I took a lead in our thing and the reason I had a good afternoon was because I went Giants money line. I went Cleveland money line. I went some weird plays on the money line. I had Vikings money line, which lost. But I mean, listen, that game went to overtime. They easily could have won that game. These teams that are getting 7, 8, 9, 10 points. I mean, look at survivor pools. I'm one of 15 people left in my survivor pool. Like everyone's dead. Like I made it through. I don't know how the fuck I made it through this week.
People were saying in the chat and other places that their survivor pool's over already.
Some are over. Yeah, if you're in a smaller one, it's over. Like if you had 100 people or less, your survivor pool's done already. Like this week finished it off with Dallas and the Bills and all that. Like you're done. So, I mean, I'm excited about it, but I think that's the thing going forward. And I've been pointing out that I agree with what Trevor said in the chat. Me and him talked about it before the show. Bill doesn't agree with it as much, and we'll get to the bets right now in a minute and bring Healy in. But you can bring Healy in now, actually.
I want to ask Bill his opinion. Bill, one team.
We can do that with Healy here. Hold on, Evan. If you could bring me Healy.
Okay,
go on, go. Go on, Gust. Or start drinking, as I asked.
Bill, one team on the outside looking in the NFC. Who are you taking?
I mean, I'm going to say Atlanta.
Right.
I mean, I said that yesterday. New Orleans gave Atlanta a second berth. I would love Odell Beckham to say he wants to go there. I know Odell's making a big thing saying he wants to go to a contender and he'll only go to a contender. And if he doesn't go to a contender, he's going to be pissed or something. I don't think the Falcons have the cap space.
Bill, don't.
Tommy.
Don't you realize it's the first game Cleveland looked good yesterday without him there? It's It's the reason I had Cleveland in every bet.
And don't you know that I like the guy? I think he's good.
He's a cancer.
I think I told you he needs a quarterback.
No, he needs to learn to run routes. He's a freelance wide receiver.
He's not going to tell. Yeah, all we need him is to be.
If I'm Matt Ryan and you're offering me Odell Beckham, I'm taking him on that.
Yes, but you can't run a successful offense. It looks pretty, but if he's supposed to run a post and he sees a soft spot on his way to running the post, he just sits. He doesn't run the routes.
All you need him to do is be Julio Jones of 3 years ago.
You need to build your whole offense around him to where Odell this is what they did in New York for the first couple of years, and it worked, where Odell gets to run every route as an option route, and he gets 18 targets a game. And Eli used to just drop back and wait for Odell to find the seam and then hit him in the seam. But that's why no one else on the Giants did anything.
This is Matt Ryan's last chance.
I mean, listen, if you want to build your whole offense,
there's an opening for them to get to the playoffs. We beat the Saints once. We play the Saints again. We play Tampa again. Listen, Falcons should actually, in all actuality, should be 5-3.
I get you. I'm with you. I just think Odell hurts.
Do you think Falcons have a chance to go anywhere with the team right now?
Still talk about the Falcons, are we? Falcons ain't
I want to talk about the Falcons.
All right, well, I want to bring Healy in there since he's sitting there with his fucking finger up his ass. Is it okay if I do that? Or you can present
it. He might want a few more minutes.
Or you could present a question to him and act like he's fucking here. I mean,
Healy, what do you think about Atlanta?
I don't think they're a great football team.
Yeah, they're not.
I believe
we're talking about rankings right now. So who would be your top 5?
Top 5 in the league?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like the Packers, the Bucks, the Cardinals, the Chargers, and the Cowboys.
Chargers and Cowboys. That didn't scare you this week with the Cowboys?
Put his finger back up his butt.
It's so rare that a team goes through an entire season and kind of doesn't have a very bad offensive game.
Chargers aren't good.
What's that?
Shut up, Ghost. If you're going to cut in when people are talking, you got to speak up because then you're just cutting them off to mumble.
Are you excited for tomorrow at 4:30?
What's tomorrow at 4:30?
Odell Beckham is a free agent, or he can be picked up. He hits the waiver wire at 4:30 tomorrow.
I could care less.
You guys don't think he's going to make a difference? I do. Can't wait. I cannot wait.
You think Odell Beckham helps or hurts a football team that picks him up, Healy?
I mean, it depends who it is. Is he going to a contender? I don't think he's going to help him. If he goes to Houston,
he won't go. He won't go to Houston. He won't play.
Exactly. I'm going to tune in to Rubbing Rackets at 5:30 tomorrow, though. I'm going to find out all about it, though.
There we go.
We'll have the breaking news as it comes out.
Yeah. So, Healy, what do you think of this weekend's NFL to wrap it up and then start moving forward? What do you think of what went on, what you're seeing, the season on a whole?
Yeah, it's just you've been talking about it all season. I've heard from you. It was like without Red Zone, people would realize that this product is shittier and shittier. And I've seen that take, I think, 5 or 6 times at least this morning, just scrolling my Twitter timeline. Like more and more people are kind of coming on board with that thought process. And
they'll take credit for it, I'm sure. Even
Red Zone sucks.
Yeah, no. I mean, but I'm not a big college football follower or anything like that, but I feel like there's always a week every year where 4 or 5 like top 10 teams get knocked off. And that was this week in the NFL. Like all the top teams, it typically doesn't happen in the NFL. There's usually a wider disparity of top and bottom. And it was pretty bizarre to see so many good, what we perceive to be good teams or top teams just completely lay down and look.
Well, let me ask you this. You say, I mean, it happens all the time. Teams going down, it's not bad for a product. It's nice to see upsets, but the games themselves, the quality of the games are just such shit. It's not even an enjoyable win. Like the Jags winning yesterday wasn't even an exciting win. It was just such garbage watching how bad the Bills were.
It was a half hour of Josh Allen getting sacked by Josh Allen.
If you look at it, Healy,
Josh Allen fumbling and then Josh Allen recovering the fumble. I mean, that was literally a half-hour conversation on Red Zone.
They were so go on here.
I was just going to say, and just more egregious refereeing, especially in the Island game we saw last night with the roughing the passer. It's like, it's exhausting. It's every week. It's a taunting. And sometimes they're in extremely critical spots where they've cost teams the game in several circumstances this year. It's frustrating. For sure.
I will say this, and Bill doesn't really agree with me on this. He kind of does during the games sometimes. He'll think games are fixed, but then when the game's over, he goes back to nothing's fixed. But, if you get him in the right spot in the right game where he's losing money on it, maybe then he'll take my side. But I've been saying all year to Bill that the legalization of so many states, last year you just throw out, right? COVID year, whatever, fucking get rid of it. But if you go back to 2019 from now, you're probably looking at 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x handles on sports books and the amount of people that are betting and the amount of money that is coming into sports betting. And I'm noticing that every fucking week, here's the percentage of bets, 81% of bets. This is on the spread. 81% of bets was on the Bills this week. How'd they do? Someone lost. 80% was on the Chargers. They won. 71% was on the Raiders. Lost. 68% was on the Rams. Lost. 65% was on the Cowboys. Lost. 64% was on the Bengals. Lost. 63% was on the Ravens. Didn't cover. I mean, you go through the top fucking 8 every week, and it's like 6 of the 8 don't cover where all the money is. And then you look at the game tonight, and you're looking at a situation where almost all the money is on the Steelers. I mean, 70% of the money is on the Steelers right now. I mean, I think there's a lot to do with this, because if you're going to fix a game, the easiest way to do it is to fucking use the referees to fix the game. They make the least money of anyone on the field. They're working 17 days a year. Half of them have full-time jobs that they do in addition to being a referee. They make good money. A lot of them will make $100,000 a year. But what is that to someone who wants to hand a ref $15,000, $20,000 to fix a game? That's fucking 5 times what he's going to make for any given game that he's doing. I'm telling you, man, a lot of these games are fucking fixed, and these refs are getting fucking involved, and these coaches you got to be shady about too. But these refs are fixing games.
There are more flags than I've ever seen.
They're fixing.
And I don't even think no one knows the rules. No one knows that punt yesterday where it should have been their ball. Somehow the punt team gets the ball back. I mean, no one knows what's going on. Coaches don't even know the rules. Coaches don't know if the coach yesterday didn't even know that he couldn't challenge.
LaFleur didn't even know he's not allowed to challenge on a fucking forward progress situation.
So nobody knows the rules.
The ref in the fucking Chiefs game didn't even realize that if the ball didn't touch the fucking guy, you can't take it and run it into the end zone. It's not a touchback. I'm sitting on my couch saying it. And if it did touch the guy, it's not a touchdown. The ball's dead there where he recovered it.
I think that's a major part of the NFL is the rules.
Or they're fucking lying, Bill. Do you really believe that the guys don't know the rules of their sport? I mean, I don't know. And if you want to start talking about fucking money influencing officials, we watched a fucking MMA UFC ref last week almost let someone die in the motherfucking ring to the point where he had to be fired in the middle of the fucking match.
Was another country.
Right, but I mean, still, it was an American
that's
ref.
More reason for it to be fixed.
It's American ref, but I'm telling you,
these are a different country. It doesn't happen.
Officiating in these sports is getting worse and worse and worse and egregious, and it has to do with these games being fixed. And I think that's part of the reason why I came on Stay Cashin on Saturday and said, "Here's 3 bets that are definitely going to win." Because college, I know they fix shit. My whole college basketball and college football model, though you've seen it, is built around games being fixed, taking the shit that no one wants to take. And I feel like that's great. Every Saturday's been awesome lately. So I'm excited for college basketball. Fix them all.
You want to give someone their best job. You can't make it a part-time job. So these jobs where people work, they've worked another job mostly during the day or all week long. You have to make these full-time jobs and full-time employees. You can't make them part-time jobs. That's why you're getting part-time refereeing and you're getting part-time shittiness. So
yeah. And I just, dude, I think when there's millions and millions of dollars coming on a game, refs making $100,000 a year, $120,000 a year, that's not enough, dude. We see it, Bill, at FanDuel. We would see guys walk in with a briefcase and drop down $500,000. A hot chick would walk in and drop fucking $400,000 on a game, dude. If you got $400,000 on a game, one person in one sports book, you could easily go give the ref $100,000 and he'll do whatever the fuck you want. So when you're seeing this type of volume come flying in all over the country, I'm telling you, the fucking games are being fixed, and there's going to be another big referee scandal coming out shortly. Healy, give us some NBA bets.
Yeah, so NBA, ever-changing news. We just got earlier today, Joel Embiid ruled out. So
some C19, the C19.
Yeah, the C19 looks like it's going through.
Pray for his health. Pray for him. I hope he survives this debilitating disease.
Bill and Hoffman, they're fortunate here. I'm sure the Knicks are going to just kind of coast to another win here with Sixers missing their top 3 All-Stars. It's unfortunate, but as far as bets go tonight, I like in the late game, Trae Young against the Golden State Warriors over 8.5 assists. I believe it was at -104 this morning when we hit it. Gets the Warriors here on the second end of a back-to-back, and a nice pace up game here against the Warriors, who are currently playing at about the 4th fastest pace in the entire league. Young, he's second in the league with 17.5 potential assists per game. He's averaging just under 10. It's like 9.7, I believe, last time I checked. So I think it's a great spot where he's going to kind of go into the low teens as far as assists go. He goes as the Hawks go, so I think they keep this game close in a nice pace-up game, so over 8.5 assists. And then another one I like is Jaren Jackson Jr. of the Grizzlies tonight against the Timberwolves, over 5.5 rebounds. Timberwolves currently giving up the 4th most rebounds per game. They're giving up 14 of them on the offensive end. And if he can stay out of foul trouble, I think this is an easy cash tonight. Steven Adams will be pulled away from the basket quite a bit. Cat plays a lot on the perimeter, out in the pick and roll. So it'll be Jaren Jackson's spot down in the blocks to pick up all the easy rebounds. So I like that one as well.
All right. Bill, you on the Knicks again today, -130?
I'm on the Knicks, and I am also going to probably do the Nets if everybody's playing. Slowly but surely, the Nets are 7-3.
Yeah.
So Kevin Durant is having probably the best season of his life. He is dominating the NBA, and he's putting that team at the top of contender. Doesn't look like Kyrie's ever going to play.
I thought we said January they were going to change the rules.
So the mayor of New York, the new mayor, came out and said he is not. So maybe he didn't get a suitcase of money. Maybe he promised something to win the election, which I think he was going to win anyway. But he came out and said no, he is not changing the rules, and he's not going to help Kyrie get in. If Kyrie wants to play, he's got to get the vaccine. So Kyrie will be out the rest of the season.
Wow, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, he said he is not changing it for Kyrie. So unless, I don't know. I don't know if he promised him that for the election. I don't know what happened, because it was said that he would let Kyrie play, and then he came out and said right after he won, Kyrie will not be playing.
On the old JFK move, got to be careful. That's how you get your fucking head shot by the fucking mob.
Yeah. So Kyrie's done.
I mean, Nets are still +260 to win the championship, with the next closest team, the Lakers, at +600.
Look at Durant. Durant is having the season of his career.
I mean, dude, +500 to win MVP. I mean,
unless the only thing that's going to stop him is an injury at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's still great odds. That's still really good odds right there. My boy Tyler Hero, who I gave you guys 2 weeks ago at +1,200 for 6th man of the year, is now +105 for 6th.
You have something to say about that? I thought you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was just going to say, do you think Durant can kind of carry this team all season?
I don't know.
It's a long season, right?
I don't
know.
I don't think teams like the Heat, when it comes into a 7-game series, that are going to be throwing bodies off the bench, bodies at them like left and right. Like, that's just going to be a lot when it comes. They're going to need, I think, Healy, what the Nets are going to need is they're going to need to get a comfortable enough lead that they could rest Harden and Durant a lot in the last 3 weeks of the season.
No, I agree. I think that's what in a playoff series. I'm not worried if they get there and they're in the spot. He can win games. Like, he's good enough to do that. It's a matter of, can he carry this team along for the regular season ride? Does he really want to push it and grind it out 36 minutes a night and kind of take the beating? So
I think he's just trying to get him on that trajectory right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I think the rules changed, the foul rules and everything just changed the NBA a lot. They're not shooting free throws as much. Look at the scores of the games. The scores are lower than you've ever seen. The unders have been hitting like crazy. I think a lot has to do with the foul rules, the new foul. Harden isn't getting any of those calls anymore that he got with the kicking out and everything, he's not getting any, and it's changed his game a lot. You know, it took him like 6 games to even get more than 10 free throws. It was insane.
Yeah.
So he's got to change his games around that too.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Let's move over to some NHL bets here.
One more. What do you think about Brown hamstring injury? Healy being out. Think Celtics are done now? Big blow to them.
Yeah, definitely a big blow. I heard this morning that Celtics are actually inquired with Philadelphia about Ben Simmons potentially. I don't know who would be involved in that potential move, but
couple weeks without Brown. I mean, that's going to be they fall low enough. They're already having troubles over there in Boston.
Yeah, no, I think that definitely hurts them in the near term. It's going to be on Tatum, and he hasn't really shot the ball well this season at all. So they'll certainly have to pick up the slack there if they want to have a shot to hang around.
Yeah, Knicks already down to a 7 seed. That's good to see. Let's keep them moving down so we can get these guys shutting the fuck up. So Ghost, what do you got for the NHL?
Only 3 games tonight, but I do actually like 2 of them. Florida game, I like a lot about it. They're dealing with a lot of injuries. The top scorer, Sasha Barkov, is out. He was out last game against Carolina. Both teams were undefeated. They still came out and won that game. They actually blew them out of the water early. We were on the losing side of that. And Spencer Knight's starting for Florida, which is Florida's backup, but I still think he's a very good goalie. So it doesn't really give the Rangers the advantage that I think it normally would. I just don't think the Rangers are a minus 110 play tonight. I know a lot of people are coming out on them just because of the injuries and Knight in net. I just don't see it. I don't think the Rangers are a good team. They only have 1 good win on the season, which was against a Columbus team who's 7-3. People say they beat the Leafs. They beat the Leafs when they were 2-5 and couldn't beat anybody. They're only scoring 2.5 goals a game. Their power play's not that great. Their penalty kills mediocre. They take 4 to 5 penalties a game, and Florida's power play is top in the league. And they scored 3 goals in the first period against Carolina, who's the second best team in the league right now. If you're going to make me buy into the narrative that the Rangers are the play tonight and you're only going to make them minus 110, I'm really liking the Panthers side of this. I really am, and that's where my play is going to be. The other game, Washington and Buffalo, I feel bad for Sabres fans. I really do. This is a likable team with some good history, and they're just a fucking mess. I don't even have to know who's in net to want to be on the Capitals team total, 3.5. I'm going to play it. Probably won't play it as much as I will with Florida, but this team's just not good. They can't beat anybody. They're on a 5-game losing streak to 5 of the worst teams in the league, and they have probably the worst goaltending tandem in the league. So any chance I could take a team to score against them, especially with a Capitals offense, I will. Just keep in mind that Capitals are without 3 guys with Mantha, Oshie, and Kuznetsov. I think losing my mind for a second, but that's where I'm going to be. I'm staying away from the NFL game, and I'm going to be attacking hockey just those 2 games.
All right, let's keep moving.
Backstrom's out, not Kuznetsov. Backstrom.
All right, let's keep it moving. Let's get to college basketball for a second. 2 college basketball kicks off tomorrow. If you guys don't know, I'm sure most of you guys in the chat, most of you guys on the show know that's my number 1 sport. It's my best sport. It's where I made my name. It's far and away my best sport. It's not even close. Baseball is probably second. You guys saw the baseball run we went on, and I'm better at college basketball. So I am super excited. I wanted to tell you guys to proceed with a little bit of caution. You'll be noticing most of my bets on the site will start off as like 1 unit, 2 unit plays. They'll scale in. We'll start to build up towards the end. I'm sure some of you in the chat can verify some of the NCAA basketball runs I've been on in the past. But I'm just excited to get college basketball here. My system, it's a combination. It's not like college football where it's just off metrics. It is a lot of personal. I watch pretty much every game, and it usually takes a couple weeks. And then once we get into conference play, which starts mid-November, that's when it really rocks. We start to see that around November 18th to the 20th. I think you start to see like Villanova and some of these teams. So it's a little earlier than usual than you see it. I think, let me just check and make sure I'm right on that. Might be December 18th. But once we get into the conference play, that's when we're rocking. That's when it's literally just open up the account and just start betting the fucking house on everything. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's December 17th. So we got about a month where we're going to be kind of floating around, feeling our way out. Usually you see a lot of these fucking weird games in weird locations, and they'll play on like a Monday and they won't play again till Friday. Kind of ease into the season. If you look at like Villanova, for instance, they'll play Mount St. Mary's, then they'll go play the number 2 team in the country, then they'll play Howard, then they'll play fucking, Penn, and then they'll go play Tennessee. So the first couple of weeks don't go too heavy, but there is edges to be had early in the season. And there's 2 big games tomorrow. I'll probably have about 5 plays total for tomorrow, and just looking at it. A lot of shitty games out there, Toledo, Valparaiso, and Oakland and shit like that. But there's 2 main games that are getting played at the Garden, which I think there's an edge on both of them. One of them is the Duke game. I think this line is completely wrong. So I don't understand why Duke's only minus 120 versus Kentucky. I don't think Kentucky is a good team right now, or a great team right now. They're ranked 9 and 10. That's not the case. Kentucky really struggled even in their preseason games that they've played so far with some shitty schools you've never even heard of. Kentucky's also a team that usually takes about a month or 2 before they get clicking, because it's a factory. So if you watch Kentucky throughout their history, they're a team we start betting on usually by January. We start slamming Kentucky with favorable lines. Duke should start off fast. Duke's the better team. I like Duke a lot in this game. I would make this line Duke minus 4.5, and it's Duke minus 1.5, 120, whatever you want. So I'm taking Duke minus the 120. The other game I think is a little bit more of a mismatch. I think people understand that it's more of a mismatch. Again, it's early in the season. This Kansas team is significantly better than Michigan State. Michigan State's a well-coached team, obviously. They're a very good defensive team. Kansas State just have more athletes. So this early in the season, I like to side with the athletes, and I think Kansas really kind of has their way with Michigan State. I don't really see either of these games coming down to the wire. I wouldn't be surprised if Kansas State wins this game by Kansas wins this game against Michigan State by 10. And I could see Duke winning this game by 10 too. So it is the Garden. We'll see, but definitely on Kansas, definitely on Duke tomorrow. Both reasonable lines. Let's get the college basketball season started. And I'll be doing research all night tonight into tomorrow to get you another few plays on 4deepbets.com. Get over there and sign up. VIP 20 gets you the whole entire fucking anything you buy 20% off. So go check that out. It is time to rock. We now have hockey, NBA, college basketball, college football, UFC, and NFL all going on at the same time. So we're in full force right now. Let's move. Anyone else have anything to say on the college basketball games? Bill or anyone? Have you guys looked at it much?
I like playing college basketball, but I like playing the smaller teams more.
That's what I do too.
Like Wisconsin, Green Bay, those types of teams. So I usually get into it a few weeks in.
Yeah. So I usually sit on those teams too. But for now, I think early in the season, I like playing the bigger teams that I know a lot of these guys. I know a lot of the recruits, the guys that they got in. And then we'll start moving to the fucking Loyola Marylands and shit like that in a couple weeks once the data comes out. Bill, any leans or anything you're looking at for tomorrow?
I've been a Gonzaga fan forever. They're a 40-point favorite to Dixie State. I think they win by probably 60 or 65 points. Absolutely destroy that team. They're going to play with me and you and us 4 against them. Not even going to be a game. It's going to be great to see them kill them.
You're laying the 40. Yeah, you got an interesting game tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to put money on it just to fucking do it, just to watch it.
You have to. You've been waiting 8 months to bet on Gonzaga. You got to fucking.
Yeah.
UCLA, interesting game tomorrow night versus CSU Bakersfield minus 18.5. I usually tend to play the UCLA flops when they start the season ranked top 5. So don't be surprised if I have a Bakersfield play on that late game. But as if you're a subscriber, I'll let you know then. Let's move on. Next topic, Monday Night Football bets. Mr. Healy, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Chicago Bears tonight. Another barn burner. I am of the impression, and we almost saw it on Thursday. I don't know if you heard it on the show when we were talking before, Healy. I keep saying the prop bonanzas are going to happen on the exact games everyone thinks they're not going to happen on. Is it tonight that we start to see a little fun prop bonanza on the Steelers and Bears game? Because Bill Rupp seems to think this is a fantastic game to bet on, and he's very excited for it, Brian.
Wow, that's surprising. But, I think this game is kind of plays in line with the Vegas total. Neither offense is great by any means. I think they'll struggle to sustain drives. There's Pittsburgh coming off the bye will potentially help them, just getting everybody a little bit healthier. But the Bears, it's hard for me to trust. I mean, that offense, there's just been no consistency just since Justin Fields has taken over. They haven't been able to really move the ball much. I know he ran for a lot more yards in his last game, but there was only 2 designed runs there. Everything was just busted plays. He's going to be under siege quite a bit. I don't think it's going to look as bad as Jordan Love did last night, but I certainly can't get behind anyone on the Bears pregame that I liked when I initially went through the props yesterday and today. But I do like some props on the Steelers side. And for me, it's the known commodity with Najee Harris. I know he's going to get the ball in a neutral game script or a positive game script. They won't hesitate to give this guy the ball 30 plus times. So I like quite a few props on him tonight. The one I'll give here is over 19.5 rushing attempts. I think that's far too low. And if we saw the last 3 weeks, again, neutral game script, slightly positive game scripts, he's touching the ball 24, 25 plus times on the ground, in addition to, his receiving role that he does for them as well. So I really like Najee Harris quite a bit tonight, the 19.5 rushing carries. And I'll also give you over 113 rushing plus receiving yards as well. So that's kind of, if the game script kind of gets out of my favor, I think he's going to have a massive role in the passing game. And it's kind of, call it a hedge if you want, but I think he realistically rushes for 100 yards in this one. May not even need the receiving, but I think that's just bonus upside for here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Bill?
I love Harris's rushing yards. Don't love him on the receiving end a lot. He hasn't really gotten anything going on the receiving end. And I think 29.5 is a lot for that. But I think that the Bears are like average against the run in the NFL. And I think Harris goes way over. I saw 79.5 for him earlier today, which I hit. It's already up over 80, I believe. So I'm all over his rushing yards. Rushing tonight, I believe, like you said, I think he gets well over 20 carries and just destroys them on the ground. So I'm all over Harris tonight.
All right. Is there anything else you wanted to give out on here? Do you want to save it? I know you were saying a bunch of stuff you like.
No, I'm going to save it for our paying subscribers.
4deepbets.com. Promo code VIP20 for 20% off.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Night Ghost left because he didn't want to give any picks.
No, he wasn't betting this game, he said. Remember?
No. Ghost. Whoa.
Holy shit, he's outside.
Did the cops come?
Now we can't hear him.
Good talk.
The neighbors left, so I went in their yard.
It's alternate side of the street parking today. He had to move.
No, I don't really like anything tonight. The only play that I was looking at was interception. It's minus 160.
Who? You cut out right when you said it.
Fields interception.
Okay.
The only thing I don't like, Steelers only have 6 takeaways on the season, so to lay 160 on it. I know you guys are going to be all over Harris. I probably don't even need to hear what Healy said to know that that's the right play. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys and just stick to hockey tonight.
Yeah, it's Harris is the play, right? Bill mentioned that the Bears defense isn't great. Unless my numbers are wrong, I jotted this down earlier, Haley. I was a little surprised to see it. I have the Bears giving up the most yards per carry in the entire NFL. Let me know if you have that same number there, if I wrote this wrong. But I'm pulling it up. My screen just froze on me. But the Bears do give up a lot on the ground. We know that, right? So while Haley fact checks that for me.
One of the highest, and they're surrendering 147 yards per game to opposing running backs.
Yeah, and the last 3 games, they've given up 154, 182, and 145 on the ground to Green Bay, Tampa, and San Fran. And the rushing attack for Pittsburgh is very similar to those few teams. So yes,
they give up one of the worst yards per carry.
Yeah, it's like first or third or something like that. I don't have it up, and I don't want to fuck with all my tabs. But so I'm with you guys. I think Najee Harris smash spot today. I think it's a fantastic spot. I'm obviously interested in him to score a touchdown too. Dude's been getting in the box like crazy. They're a sieve defensively, and he's pretty much scored in every single game since week 1, right? Week 2 he scored. Week 3 he didn't. 4 he did. 5 he did. 6 he did. 7 they had a bye. 8 he did. So I like him to get in the box minus 150. I like Najee on the ground. I like what Healy said, that he's involved no matter what they do, right? Like he may catch 6 balls if the game flow flips sideways on you. So the rushing and receiving, 100% all in on that. There's a guy that I really like that I think this number is wrong on. I like Herbert, man. I've been playing him every week. I've been playing him in DFS. I've been playing him in props. This kid's good, man. He's a fucking really good running back. He's extremely talented. He's very good. And I just saw that his props just came off the board. So let me see why that is. But let me get back to rushing here. Any of you guys see it? They just pulled.
David Montgomery is expected to be activated tonight.
Oh, is that why? All right. They pulled him off. Then I'm going to have to back off that. All right. Yeah, they pulled the Herbert off. I thought that was weird. Montgomery wasn't playing. So if Montgomery doesn't play, I'm all in on Herbert. If Montgomery does play, it really fucks everything up. I wanted to ask Healy a question here. What do you think of the fact that Fields finally last week without Nagy rushed for 100 yards last game? His long was 22 yards too. Was Sam Fran, who is very generous towards quarterbacks from the rushing side. We've been attacking them for a couple years. But are we going to finally see? I mean, we saw three carries a game for 3 straight weeks, and then we saw 6 attempts and 8 attempts. Last week we saw 10 attempts. Is Fields finally starting to realize that he needs to not be this in vogue pocket passer to prove I can throw and start using his legs? Or we might see him run the ball fucking 9, 10, 11 times tonight and smash that over 40 rushing yards.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be on his whole it's going to be on him to do that, though, because as I noted, only 2 of those runs in the San Fran game were like designed runs. It's essentially him just getting out of the pocket, not finding anyone open and going. And I think he's going to be under pressure quite a bit. He's been sacked at least 4 times in every start. And, Pittsburgh's certainly going to get pressure. So if he can escape the pressure, I think there's going to be some potential big runs that do open up for him.
All right. Someone said Damian activated, not Montgomery. No, Damian Williams doesn't matter. Not Damian, David Montgomery news. Nagy back too. All right. So no one has that there. So what do you think Herbert's role is? Because if they drop Herbert's rushing down to like the 20s or something with Montgomery there, I'm going to slam dance on it because I think he's still going to have a heavy role in this offense, even with Montgomery back. I think this becomes a 2-headed monster, but obviously if Montgomery's back, I'm not going to play anything of size with him.
Yeah, I think you'd kind of just be grasping at straws, hoping that he retains a role. I wouldn't think they just completely shut him out for as well as he played, but Montgomery's been their guy. So I'll just continue to scour news to see if we get any type of pitch count on David Montgomery per se that we could potentially capitalize on Herbert. I don't think we might not see Herbert props get reposted, to be honest.
Yeah, we may not see him back up. Hopefully there's some Montgomery news that they're going to leave him out for another week. It'd be great for me, my same game parlays. Do have a little interest in Deontay Johnson in this game, obviously, just because he's a target monster. But again, you're very game flow dependent. If Najee could do what he wants on the ground against a team that can't really stop him on the ground, that's going to be a tough one there. I will tell you this, though. I've been doing really well with these plus 300, plus 400 touchdown props that I've been putting out because I've been putting out 5 or 6 of them, and you only need to win really one of them at plus 400 or 500 to break even on it. We've been hitting 2 or 3. There are 2 that are interesting to me today. I do like Freiermuth. We took him last week, plus 320. I like him again this week. Red zone activity has been fairly high considering his usage in other spots on the field. So it's like they really just use him down there. So I like Freiermuth plus 320. And I also like Justin Fields to score a touchdown. You're getting plus 400 on that one. So those will be 2 kind of longer shot plays that I like. Maybe throw them in a same game parlay to give them the old Healy fluff and jack them up a little bit. But I do like Fields to get in the box plus 400 and Freiermuth to get in the box plus 330. One of those hits, we're good to go. So there's a little bit of long shot plays there, but I'm with the guys on Najee Harris all in. Any other takes on the game tonight, guys, before we get out of here?
Nope.
Nothing from me.
Nope. All right. Night Ghost, final words.
I'm going to enjoy raising my crown next show for getting the most picks right this week.
Oh, God. You were on 19 different games, fucking 7 different days. I mean, if you get the flip and chip and flop and flip.
Well, that's why we ran it twice. So you had the exact same rules as I did.
What did you count San Fran as a winner or loss for him, Bill?
I said with the Cardinals.
Yeah, no, he was always on the Cardinals from the start.
No, he wasn't. He told you before the game he wanted to go to San Fran. He actually
did before the game, but that didn't count. I mean,
see, that's what I'm saying. There's always asterisks.
I'm talking about the 2 times we did it.
He literally said, "I want it to be known that I'm taking."
He did say that. He goes, "Bill, did you change it?"
I took him.
He goes, "Did you change it to the Niners?"
Yeah, I know he did, but
so now he gets a Cardinals win.
Yeah,
he
but
says
he
goes, "I stayed on the Cardinals." Meanwhile, the night before, no, you hold on.
We didn't change it. So
he said he stayed on the Cardinals. Cardinals trying to say credit that he stayed on it when the night before he told us he'll make his decision when he sees what's going on with Kyler Murray. And then right as the Niner game was starting, he said to you on the Discord, Bill, I want to make sure you changed me to the Niners. And then when the Niners lost and he gets a win for it to put him in the lead, he's like, I stayed with the Cardinals in my restraint.
Nope. I took the Cardinals Saturday night anticipating that I'd be without Murray. I wanted to change when I saw Hopkins was out.
Oh, God.
Hopkins.
Yeah, you wanted to change. That's the point. But you're getting a win for the Cardinals.
Because of Hopkins, not because
you're
of
getting a win for the Cardinals somehow. Haley, final words.
Collect on Mondays.
For me, it's go redeposit on Monday after last night's Rams game.
You must not have tailed my basketball bets last night.
No, I did. I did good on the basketball bets. That Rams bet fucked me a little bit, but luckily we still got enough to got some shekels left in there after that Rams debacle to fucking do some work today. You lost a lot of my Saturday money on that Rams game. Bill Rupp, final words.
I cashed out Saturday so that I would know that I would have money to collect on Monday.
Smart.
So I will be making some collections today. Actually, I'll be going to FanDuel because I can't cancel it. I'm just going to put it right back in. So they're actually going to get the money. I'm going to go there. I already asked them, can you just cancel it? No, you have to come there. So I got to drive there, get my money, and then deposit it back in there. So but that's what I'll be doing. So I will be collecting for about 5 seconds.
But you know what, Bill? You did do the right thing because by pulling out on Saturday when we broke the universe, it prevented you from probably betting more last night on the Rams game where it probably would have fucking not paid off. So at least the money's still there and you didn't give it back. So here's the new rule, guys. Always collect on Mondays unless you smash on Saturday, then collect some on Saturday. So that
we'll just put the request through and then you're good. So
put the request to collect on Monday.
And then the Giants have a game, so you can't get there anyway. So you're forced to go on Monday.
Yep.
There's always a game on Sunday, Giants or Jets. So there's nothing you can do if you live in New Jersey. You can't get there on Sunday.
Trevor went through the same thing. He wanted to go pick up money at FanDuel. I'm like, dude, you can't go all day.
You can't get there.
You literally can't even get in.
Literally, you can't get in.
And then if you do get in, they charge you like $100 to fucking go to the sports book.
So stupid.
Evan, final words.
Like, comment, subscribe, collect on Monday or Saturday if you hit a big thing on Saturday.
That is true. So for Brian, for Night Ghost, for Bill Rupp, Evan Han, and myself, I would like to thank you guys for hitting the 100-something like button before Healy even had to yell at you. So you guys are improving. Because of that, I will give another piece of Stay Cashin merch out on Wednesday's show because we didn't have to tell you to do it and you did it voluntarily. So we'll give another shirt out this Wednesday, 2 p.m. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you sign up for all our affiliates. We have a new beginners thing that Evan just did, which is coming out on the site for those of you that are new, that kind of walks you through the whole process. But get over to all of our affiliates at 4deep.com. Monkey Knife Fight, which we've been killing it. My bookie, we have a great offer there. If you use Tommy100, it's a fucking 100% bonus up to $1,000 on my bookie. So check out the affiliates. Check out the site, VIP20. Good luck. Stay cashing, motherfuckers.
Let's go.